When you get to know yourself, you can finally change yourself.
Yes, indeed. Recognize what you want may not be what you need.
One of the biggest misconceptions is that it's selfish when you focus on yourself. But here's the thing. When your life gets better, everyone in your circle gets better because of you. So don't you want a better life? Hey, thank you so much for clicking on this video. If we haven't had the chance to meet, my name is Callie Ammons. I'm an Enneagram Type 3 life coach, and I am so passionate about helping you understand what in the world is happening internally. Like, have you ever felt so confused by your own emotions, why you feel the way you do, or maybe why you respond to certain scenarios in a specific way? Like, we are complex as humans, and my goal is to help you understand what is happening internally so that you can take action, know yourself better, and take control of your life and create a life that you actually love living. So today we're going to talk about the Enneagram Type 4, which is called the individualist or sometimes the romantic. And we're going to talk about how to overcome these crazy emotions that they experience of feeling inadequate or flawed, just like something's wrong with them, or that other people are better than them and they're just behind. They can't catch up. If you resonate with what I just said, there's a chance you might be a Type 4. And if you don't know your Enneagram type and that's something you want to figure out, make sure you check out my program, Enneagram Insiders. When you sign up for that, you get completely free access to the best training where I help you confidently discover your type. And that link is going to be down below in the notes. Okay, so how do we overcome this? Well, there was this old truck that my husband drove for several years. We sadly just got rid of it this past year, but this truck, we loved calling it the Big Green Bass. And it was, I can't remember, I think it was like a 1990 something, 94, 93 maybe. And it would break down occasionally, right? Like it's an older car. And there was this one time where we had a stretch of like 2 months. It just felt like the truck kept breaking down. There were these issues with it. Well, Kramer and I, my husband, I believe we were grocery shopping, or we had just finished grocery shopping, and we were going to Panda Express to get ourselves some lunch. And then we were going to head home. Well, at Panda Express, the truck broke down. And so we're sitting in this parking lot, and we thought we knew exactly what the issue was because we kept having this reoccurring problem. So we're sitting there, and it's like, oh my gosh, what do we do? We were trying to figure out who to call, but we didn't have people around us in this area that we had just moved to call. Like it was just us. And we were trying to figure out what to do. And we sat there for over an hour trying to decide what to do, what was happening. And get this, we finally, like something clicked where we actually realized like, oh, we know the problem when we were able to fix it enough to get ourselves home. So we were able to drive home. But did you hear that? We wasted a whole hour of just sitting in this truck feeling hopeless. Like, oh, I don't know how to fix the truck. We don't know what the problem is. We can't get out of here. All the excuses while we're sitting there with our groceries that need to be home and in the refrigerator and eating our lunch. We're trying to figure out what to do when we actually had the answers to solve the problem. This, my friend, is what happens for Type 4s. They often feel flawed, not good enough to do something in life. They look at someone else and they're like, oh, but they're more gifted. They're more talented. They're better at whatever it is that they're wanting to improve on. And so the Type 4, what they do is they paralyze themselves, essentially just like Kramer and I did, sitting in this truck for an hour, not taking any action because we feel hopeless and like we can't make improvements. But the reality is we knew the answer. We could have gotten up and problem solved way sooner and figured out what was happening, which would have got us home sooner. And that's how life is for the Type 4. Their emotions feel so loud and strong. And because of this, those emotions of feeling inadequate, flawed, something's wrong with them, they're not good enough, can cause them to stay in this state of, I can't do anything. I can't take action. And so then it's this self-fulfilling prophecy of, see, these people are really good at taking action and I can't do it. And because they're not taking action, then they're saying my point is proven, and it cycles and cycles. But we are going to break this cycle, okay? If you're a Type 4, I'm getting you out of this cycle today because you don't have to live there. I have 3 specific steps. I had to look for a second at my notes. I'm like, how many steps did I break this down into? I have 3 specific steps for you to help you if you're a type 4 or if you just battle with this in general as a human. These steps are going to help you break out of this emotional gap and this self-fulfilling prophecy of feeling flawed and stuck. We're going to bust you out of that. So the first thing that I want you to do, like literally in the moment when you're feeling this way, of someone's better, I'm not qualified, I'm not good enough, I want you to start making a list of all of the reasons that you are qualified. What is working for you right now? So in that situation where Kramer and I are sitting in that truck and it's not working, I could have started writing down the times that we actually had fixed the truck, like just the 2 of us, that we didn't need help. I could have started writing down the problems that have happened before, how we've improved on problem solving. That, I feel like that's a bad example with the truck because we're talking about more emotional things now. But the point is that when you start focusing on what has worked for you and what is working for you, your brain starts to problem solve and starts to see how you can actually move from where you are to where you want to go. And it's going to pull you out of that emotional state of feeling so defeated, because when you get in that state, all you can see is your flaws. Like, it feels so impossible to even think about what is working well for you and what gifts you have, okay? So you're going to make a list of how you're currently qualified or the things that you do have going for you. Focus on the little things, like little baby wins. You just need to find one win to build momentum and to build off of so that you can pull yourself out of that, okay? So step number 2 is then you're going to make a list of what you currently can do in this situation. So if you're like, oh, I can't get out of debt. Like, I keep trying, but I just keep failing. I'm so flawed. I'm not as good as so-and-so. And you just feel like you can't get out of debt. You're going to make a list of what you can currently do right now, today. So today, you're going to make the decision, actually, I'm not going to go out to eat. I'm going to save that money. And then the next thing, I'm going to see if I can sell something for $50 total on Facebook Marketplace. So you can find a bunch of things around your house and you're like, I'm going to make $50 and put this in my savings account or towards my debt, whatever it is. I want you to get so granular and figure out, how can you make forward momentum? How can you take the next right step so that you are gaining control back of your life rather than stepping back and feeling out of control because of all of the emotions that are happening? Okay, then the third step is choose to learn and admire what you're seeing in the other person. So oftentimes when you as a type 4 start to feel this flawed, inadequate feeling, it's because you're looking at someone else and you're like, dang, like they're crushing it. They're so much better at that than me. And you feel behind. It's coming from this envy, from this comparison. And when you find yourself, like mentally, when you hear yourself doing this, instead of condemning yourself next, we're not going to do that. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to say, wait a second. What is Sarah so good at that I'm not good at? Like, why is she so good with her money? Why is John really good at communicating with people and I just feel super awkward with it? You're going to observe and learn from them. If they're friends, ask them questions, but take note of what they're doing. And instead of being jealous of it or really allowing envy to take root in you, see how you can learn from them and then choose to incorporate that in your life. Because this is the one thing I want you to get from this video. You are capable. You are not flawed. Well, every single human is flawed. I will say that. We're all flawed. But you feeling like your flawedness is worse than other people's is such a lie. People are good at putting up a fake, making it look like they have it all together. Even like on a video, it might look like I have it together. I don't. Like, I have these pretty white walls right here. Look, then there's yellow, ugly walls right next to me. Like, our perception of things can be so distorted, so messed up. And nothing is wrong with you. Nothing's wrong with you. You are not flawed. You have gifts. You have the ability to create whatever life you want. It's all up here in what you decide. And it's determined based on how you can handle your emotions and bring them into check. And when you're healthy as a type 4, you have access to the healthy parts of the type 1, being more disciplined, being more grounded. You can do this. I know you can do this. And I want to help you move to this place. Listen, if you want to grow yourself deeper, if you're like, okay, this is actually really encouraging to hear that I'm not doomed to feeling flawed my whole life. If you want to understand more and more of what's happening internally with you, I have a completely free training that I'd love to invite you to, where I'm going to teach you even more about yourself so that you actually understand a clear roadmap of how to transform your life. And I'm going to leave it down below this video as well so that you can click the link. You can also just go to callieammons.com/free training, and you can sign up right now and take this free training. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to help you understand yourself so much deeper so that you can create a life you love. And when you know yourself, truly know yourself, you start to have this control, you transform your life, and you transform those around you. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you haven't subscribed, but you love this content, you like hanging out with me, make sure you hit that subscribe button. That way you'll get notified the next time a video comes out.